2. um, so, what I have... Oh, goodness. What did I forget? What did I forget? Oh! Okay. So here are two very underrated games that my profile focuses on a lot. Wave of Samurai 1, this is the first one. Look at that purple backside, come on. It's an old game. Wave of the Samurai 2, a newer version that came out, 2003? 4? Is that when it came out? 2003, that's right, it said on there. 2002, okay. So, these are these are two very underrated games that are a prequel and sequel, Way of the Samurai 1, Way of the Samurai 2. And I've heard a lot of people, like, compare these two games, kind of, like, maybe, I like Way of the Samurai 1 better because there's no cheesy dialogue in it, and Way of the Samurai 2, has way more swords, so you should get that. And this video is it's not really a review of both of them, it's just to kind of put those differences aside and kind of get you to buy maybe both if you like one of them, because if you like the first one, you'll probably like the second one, and if you only get the second one, you're probably gonna like the first one. However, it doesn't matter what real order you play in. There's some things in Way of the Samurai in Way of the Samurai 2 that you can't that that only a Way of the Samurai 1 fan would understand, like Master Tesho. He's Teshin from Way of the Samurai 1. Anyway, I digress. So, some major differences in these two games is Way of the Samurai 1, really, it doesn't have a lot of corny dialogue. It's usually just like people saying like and then like a little word bubble come in and it'll tell you what they're saying in English. However, in Way of the Samurai 2, they decided to go on the more I can't really think of the approach that they took, but it's a little more modern approach because a lot of games don't do the word bubble thing, but they decided to go with the dubbing, the English dubbing thing, which for a Japanese game usually doesn't work. And I like this game and all, but I'm not really. I usually just skip past all the dialogue, which I like about this game too, is that you can skip past a lot of the dialogue with X. You just keep on tapping X. In this game, there's not a lot of that. You have to actually listen to a lot of the dialogue. But but what I like, what both of the games have in common in respect to dialogue is that you get to choose what you say. So you get to hear different responses. That's what both of the games are all about. They're doing different different storylines. Getting different endings, getting different getting different experience, getting different swords and all that. And speaking of swords, Way of the Samurai 2, it can be argued that it may have better styles. I mean, it has the same styles from Way of the Samurai 1, but it has more of the popular styles that people like dual wielding. That's always cool. The fencing, I I didn't know that's what it was actually called. I think there's a few more that I might be leaving out. I think the ninja one was in here, but yeah, I digress. But it can be argued whether that could be a really big win for Way of the Samurai 2. But you really should get both. But anyway, one more thing that I wanted to touch on was the length of the games, and that's where a lot of people kind of get turned off by Way of the Samurai 1 and kind of the Way of the Samurai 2, because you can beat Way of the Samurai 1. I think I could beat a storyline on easy or medium in gosh, maybe 20 minutes. I can beat a storyline, maybe 20 or 30 minutes. And a lot of people are turned off by that, but it's the thought of okay, what happened? So if in the first one let's see, you take the station's storyline. So, crap, I don't remember anybody's name from that. Okay, you take the Akatama clan style thing, and and you take that ending. Like, oh, what would have happened if I went for the Koru family's uh, ending, and then what would have happened, or would the Economic Clan been wiped out? I mean, they get wiped out anyway, but that's spoiler alert. But or you could like mix and mash like both of them, but it's pretty good. Um, but chocolate milk time. Anyway, so I hope this kind of like broadens your respect for the two games. I think they both have very good things that make them stand out. I think if you like one of them, you'll definitely like the other one, and they're both very very cheap. I got this one for maybe, yeah, crap, $10 maybe, $10 $15, 10 maybe 12. This one I don't remember how much I got it for, but it was probably like $14 used. I get all my games cheaped up, cheap down, whatever, price cut. But yeah, you could definitely get these games. This is definitely for the cheap buyer. I always say that it's definitely a good game for the cheap buyer, and I'm all about buying cheap games because I'm not rich. But I digress. Two very good games. Get them both.